Cowabunga, everybody. This is John. Welcome to the channel. I'm busy compiling a list of characters that were introduced in 1936 so that I can continue my hypothetical experiment. Uh, Reading comic books from 1978 so I could do more comic reviews, and trying to teach myself how to do reaction videos. I want the first one to be. The second sequel to Flash Gordon. However, I'm going to need my husband's help for that, so it might end up being a Ren music video. And before all you renegades come at me, I have already seen High Ren and the Tale of Ginny and Screech trilogy, as well as the videos of him busking in what I think is Edinburgh. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Um, so I won't be doing any of those videos. I'll be finding something I haven't seen before so I can give you a genuine reaction. Uh, in the meantime, it has been suggested to me that my casting videos are too long. So what I have done is I have taken the Dr. Occult section from both of my first two casting videos, and I'm going to combine them for this video here. And I currently have a poll up as to which other features you would like me to see do this to. I'm not going to do it to all of them. Maybe a fourth. Uh, I'm going to leave that poll up for about another day. So, let me know what you want. All right. Of all the features on this list, this is the one I'm most excited about because it is the only one to survive to the modern day, and that is Dr. Occult. All right, and he's one of my favorite characters. So, if you're not aware, Dr. Occult was the first person with powers in the DC universe. I know everyone thinks it's Superman. No, Dr. Occult came 3 years before that, and he was a homo magi, much like Constantine, only with a much better disposition. Uh, he and Rose Psychic, who would eventually grow to be his love interest, were kidnapped as infants, raised by the Order of Seven to use their abilities. And when he left them, he became a psychic detective. Now, in the first adventure, he goes up against Bart Moore, aka the Vampire Master, uh, who I believe was actually a vampire, but he invented this ray that made men believe they were werewolves and then would control them. Uh, yeah. And Dr. Occult is hired by the wife of of Moore's first victim to solve this mystery. Uh, I see this as a very horror-based movie, serial show, whatever. Yeah. Um, Now, Dr. Occult was invented by Simon and Schuster, and their art style, those are the same people who invented Superman, and their art style was pretty basic. So Dr. Occult looks just like a hero that comes a year later named Slam Bradley, who looks just like Superman, who comes 3 years after Dr. Occult and 2 years after Slam Bradley. In fact, the cheeky writers at DC even commented on this 51 years later in All-Star Comics number 54. Uh, you can see the panel here where they have Superman talking about how familiar Dr. Occult looks. Um, but in my mind, the same actor should play all three roles, which means Yes, I have cast Paul Kelly as Dr. Occult, who is kind of skinny and, unassuming in 1935. But that gives him a year to bulk up to play Slam Bradley, and 2 years past that to bulk up even more for Superman. Playing Rose Psychic, I have Virginia Bruce. Uh, and then for the Vampire Master, I have Frederick March, another great character actor who would totally nail a villainous vampire. As his first victim, Sander Amster, I have George Zuko. Uh, uh, I think that's another really good choice for this particular role because he does have the range to play a man who thinks that he is cursed as a werewolf. Yeah. And as his wife, I have Alice Joyce. All right. Next up on our list is my favorite of these properties from 1935. Uh, One, I've always liked the dark and magical side of the DC universe. And um, Dr. Occult was the first entryway into that. Um, he is also known as the psychic detective. Yeah, he's also the only character that survived in the modern day uh, from any on this list. And so, yeah, he was the first character with powers as Homo Magi. He could work real magic. Um, Speaking of, as Dr. Richard Occult, I have Harris Dickinson. And as Rose Psychic, his lady friend and another Homo Magi, I have Ella Balinska. And then as the villain for the first story arc, Bart Moore, aka the Vampire Master, who, as I recall, was a real vampire who had this ray that hypnotized men into becoming fake werewolves. Um, for the Vampire Master, I have cast Ryan Gosling. Yes, he's usually the pretty boy hero, but uh, to be a mad scientist, sadistic vampire, uh, casting totally against type, it would, yeah, I'm here for that. Um, it goes without saying that this would definitely be uh, a horror noir type feeling to it. As Moore's first victim, Sander Armster, I have Ben Barnes. And then as uh, Sanders' wife, Mrs. Armster, I have Rebecca Ferguson. Now, yeah, I here for anything dark like that. So, being as how Dr. Occult ends right before the Golden Age officially starts with Action Comics #1, how would I tie him into the rest of the universe? Well, once his series ends, I would just have him do cameos with other magic users uh, as they pop up, starting with Giovanni Zatara, and he could just team up with another magic user for an episode, and or it could be Rose because she's also a Homo Magi who ends up assisting another magic user detective in their work. I hope y'all enjoyed this condensed version of the Dr. Occult castings I did. Don't forget to vote for which one you would like to see next in a condensed version. And I gotta go. Surf's up. I'll catch you later.